Israel is at war. We didn't want this war. It was forced upon us in the most brutal and savage way. But though Israel didn't start this war, Israel will finish it.
And strong words from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as the country stretches into a fourth day of war with Hamas and the death toll rises. Coming up on DC News Now, we are learning how people here at home are remembering the people who lost their lives in the conflict.
Plus, the impacts conflict is having on air travelers here in the DMV. But first, good morning, Jackie.
Yeah, good morning. Out there this morning, we are off to a chilly start out there, and we're talking about those temperatures. Those are in the 40s for many locations. We're talking upper 30s over towards Woodstock and Luray, but we're tracking a mild afternoon with highs right around 70. I'll have more details for the rest of that 7-day coming up.
And helping change the mindset, parents or kids whose parents are or were in prison. We'll introduce you to this week's DMV Doer, and that's coming up.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, well, good morning. It is 6 o'clock right now on a Tuesday morning, starting off with a live look outside. You can see right there, it's cold out. That's all we gotta say.
Cold and dark.
Can
you see it?
I know, you can see the coldness out there. All right, well, we do want to say thank you for joining us today on DC News Now. I'm Tanaya, right?
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. I'm Shanika Grimshaw in
We're having something.
James. Yeah, we're having fun. Hi, Jackie. We are really just, I can speak for myself. I'm upset. It is cold.
You're upset. I like it.
I mean, I feel like it wakes you up when you're stepping out the door, when it's this chilly out there. But let's take a look at those current temperatures. Before you step out the door, you got to brace for it, especially over towards Woodstock and Luray. We're starting off into the upper 30s there. We're seeing those 40s, though. Hagerstown, we're upper 40s right now. 46 in Leesburg. We're low 40s. Fredericksburg, Culpeper, Orange as well. Over towards D.C., I mentioned this earlier. I thought that we were going to drop into the upper 40s, and we did. Now we're into the upper 40s at this hour ahead of sunrise. So we're right at 49, but we're still holding at 50 in Annapolis, low 50s. Lexington Park, we are seeing some visibility issues. Down about a mile in Fredericksburg, Luray, Kaiser at this hour. So some areas seeing that very low visibility at this point, so please take it slow. We have this front passing through, but that's not sparking up any rain showers. We will continue to notice the dry conditions for your Tuesday, a mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures approaching right around 70 as we get ahead towards the middle of the afternoon today. Overall, a nice fall day out there, just a couple of degrees below normal for this time of the year, but tomorrow will be closer to normal, and then as we get towards Thursday, even warmer with highs into the mid-70s. I'll have more details with the rest of that 7-day forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Shanika?
All right, so we are going to look at our traffic times this morning. It is looking okay so far in Northern Virginia. Washington to Dulles, 33 minutes. 95 heading north, that's Woodbridge to Springfield, 26 minutes. And then 27 on 66 Haymarket to the Beltway. But here's the catch, 70 heading east. We are dealing with a crash, and that is right between 66 and 17. It's going to take you a whole 80 minutes to get to Frederick if you're coming out of Hagerstown. So I would avoid it for now. It is not looking good for commuters. It normally only takes 30 minutes. It is slowing down on 270 heading south. That's Frederick to the Capitol Beltway, 41 minutes. And then you're up to 13. Pretty slow on 95 to the 270 spur. That is on the outer loop.
All right, your time right now is 6:03. Happening now, Israeli Defense Forces continue to conduct airstrikes in the Gaza Strip. Now, they say that they are a terrorist nest for Hamas. That is after the terrorist organization launched a major surprise attack against Israel over the weekend. In the 4 days since that initial attack, at least 1,600 people have been killed. Now, President Biden says of the more than 300 killed in the initial attack, at least 11 were Americans. Hamas also kidnapped more than 100 people in Gaza when it launched the attack. The U.S. has now ordered the Ford Carrier Strike Group to sail to the eastern Mediterranean to be ready to help. Now, the Pentagon also delivering military equipment to Israel.
So that's where our focus is right now, making sure that Israel's getting what it needs to defend itself. We also have to accept the possibility that some of those Americans that are unaccounted for could be held hostage by Hamas.
Now, President Biden plans to give remarks on the attacks this afternoon. In the Jewish faith community is mourning after the attacks and kidnaps by Hamas in Israel.
Yeah, DC News Now's Liberty Zabala, she's live in Northwest DC, and they're going to have another vigil. Is that correct, Liberty?
That's absolutely right, Shanika and Tanaya. We are outside the Adas Israel congregation where the local Jewish community will once again come together in prayers for the hundreds of Israelis killed and kidnapped in these attacks. And this comes after yet another vigil at the Washington Hebrew congregation in Cathedral Heights, where the Jewish community came together in prayer and song just last night. And many there were worried about the safety of friends and family back in Israel. And they say the terrorist group Hamas launched an unprovoked attack, killing hundreds of Israelis and holding dozens of civilians and soldiers captive by Hamas. Now, the local Jewish community will once again come together tonight to stand with Israel and pray for peace.
I was sitting in my seat tonight and I was shaking. It was like the most emotion I'd ever felt. I didn't know what to do.
So very tense emotions here and more expected tonight. The vigil will start at 7 p.m. this evening, and local Jewish leaders say that they are planning more vigils and more rallies throughout the week. For now, live here in Northwest D.C., Liberty Zabala, D.C. News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you. Well, Dulles International Airport has now canceled nonstop flights, and that is to Tel Aviv. United Airlines says all of their flights from the U.S. to Israel are canceled until conditions improve. Now, American Airlines says its flights to Israel they're suspended until Friday. Delta says all of its flights are off for the rest of the month. And we spoke with a Northern Virginia woman who was supposed to fly there later this month.
We were going to see the Dead Sea. We were going to do so much. Obviously, it's just feelings of really intense grief and worry and sadness.
Airlines said to contact them if you want to make flight adjustments. Now, American Airlines said in some circumstances they'll waive your changing fee. And for those airlines still making trips to and from Israel, the FAA is warning pilots to use extreme caution when flying in the Israeli airspace. The FAA describes the situation as, quote, potentially hazardous. And right now, gas prices are falling, but the war in Israel could mean a possible rise in oil cost. Experts say a prolonged impact to oil prices will depend on how long the conflict lasts. It could also depend on the conflict spreading to major oil-producing areas like Iran. But if this conflict is short-lived, we may see little to no impact at the pump.
All right, well, we are learning more about a crash that killed 4 teens in Mitchellsville, Maryland. Now, Prince George's County Police, they have now identified 3 of those 4 teens. They say Marquez Swan was the driver. Zashawn Cuffey and Serenity Selman were 2 of the 3 passengers inside. Police are now still working to identify a 4th person. Officers say they tried to stop that car for expired tags, but the car sped off. Police say the driver lost control on Woodmore Road, about 2.5 miles from that traffic stop. The car then crashed into a tree, burst into flames, killing the teens inside. Family members say 2 of the teens are students at Flowers High School in Springdale.
And students and staff at Bowie State University are working to move forward after an on-campus shooting over the weekend. Now, 2 people were shot during the school's homecoming weekend, and that happened less than a week after a mass shooting at Morgan State University in Baltimore. Yesterday, the Bowie State University president held a meeting to, quote, reclaim the community. The event was meant to help people on campus heal from the act of violence. The university says the school had a safety plan in place at the time of the shooting, and that long-term solutions need to focus on how our society operates.
We had metal detectors, we had the SWAT team here for our concert, we had law enforcement in preparation for our homecoming to try and keep this campus safe. We want everyone to know that this one incident is not going to define who we are.
Classes at Bowie State were canceled yesterday, but they'll resume today.
And this all comes as we are learning the name of the new acting police chief of the Bowie Police Department, Dwayne Preston. Preston has been with the police department for 33 years. He says he remains committed to building relationships in the community. And every week we highlight someone here in the DMV who is making a difference. They are our DMV doers. And today we shine a spotlight on a Maryland woman who spent decades trying to help young people stay out of trouble whose families may have been incarcerated.
Diane Wallace Booker is the executive director of the U.S. Dream Academy. It's a national after-school program for children whose parents are incarcerated.
We're in communities that often have been neglected by elected officials and others, so we call them underinvested communities. They don't have all of the resources necessary to really help young people thrive.
Booker has been running the program for 25 years, and the goal is to break the cycle.
What we know from the research is that the more positive relationships that young people have in their life, the more the higher chances they are of doing well in school, not dropping out, not getting involved in drugs.
The U.S. Dream Academy is based in Silver Spring, Maryland, and team members are helping elementary and middle school students across the country, including Baltimore and Washington, D.C.
Our team also is often around during the school day. So if some of the students that are in our program are having some kind of challenge in the classroom, we can intervene there instead of having them to sit in the principal's office.
Booker is a firm believer that a child with a dream is a child with a future.
We're definitely making a mindset shift, and we are trying to build what's called a growth mindset, where young people believe if I work hard, I can achieve something.
She says they are doing their part to steer young people in the right direction.
We see young people that are more often raising their hand in class and that are turning their homework in on time, that are taking on leadership role. All of those things are telling us they're more connected to their school, which are indicators that young people are going to have a higher rate of school success. You really see the difference when you are working with kids on a long-term basis.
The organization held its annual gala recently, and they received support from people from all walks of life, including Oprah Winfrey. Booker says the kids who attend the event get a chance to meet men and women who leave a lasting impression.
And they're like, oh, I can do this too. And they start to think differently about their present, what's happening today. Am I showing up to school? How do we really ensure that young people, particularly Black young people, have a fair shot at life?